Hello. I wanted to stay out of this for the most part and just let the whole other situation just, you know, um, I just think that it's not my lane anymore, and it'd be best if I just pretty much stayed out of it. But I do want to address this because I have followed this, and
like I was saying at the time,
all I really want to say here is Dante is a really good manipulator. He reminds me of the serpent in the Garden of Eden. He really purposes in his heart to deceive people. And when I listened to her testimony about what happened, at one point she is saying, I don't know if I can find it here.
like I was saying,
Let me see if I can find it. Well, it's in there. Basically what she said was she was walking side by side with Dante, and Dante kept edging closer and closer to her. Everything that Dante does is a tactic, a strategy, and a manipulation. I'm not sure he's capable of having an emotional life outside trying to create content and using every last thing as a platform to manipulate people. I don't think he's capable of it. He needs help. He is this very sick man, and unless something drastic happens in his life, unless he actually faces God and gets on his knees and says, I am wrong, God, help me. Unless that happens, he will never change. He will get older. He will continue doing the same thing over and over again. By the time he hits 50 or 60, he's going to be unrecognizable, even compared to how he is now. But what I want to say is, that said, this woman's testimony indicates that she was not aware that he was a married man. That point where she says he told her and she was kind of mulling it over to see about the situation, that is a really curious type of reaction. It wouldn't be normal for somebody to go, oh, okay, bye. Now, that did happen. But honestly, this woman needed our help. She needed our input so that she could get away from this man. Because, like I said, Dante's like the serpent in the garden. He's extremely cunning. And even though he told her at one point, I'm married and it's over, it's dead. That is his manipulative tactic to try to probe her, to see if there's any chance at all she's going to go for it. Because, Dante's looking for his next victim. And when I say victim, I mean whatever woman is on the receiving end of his tactics is going to end up in a victimized state. This is provable, observable. We've seen it. It's in his videos. It's in the testimony of his current wife, soon to be ex. So that said, he's a very cunning individual. So there probably was a overlap at the point where she learned that he's married and she's trying to figure it out. But then she says, I'm out. And I believe that there are people on this platform who helped her get out. There were people who went to her Facebook page and said, this is what you're dealing with. Some people were a little harsh about it. Some people were empathetic about it. But the message did get to her. Run. Now here's this beautiful person who is confused about this situation because she stated that she doesn't do drama, so this is all overwhelming. And I can see why she would say that. It is overwhelming. I'll bet she's overwhelmed. She's probably thinking, wow, I want out of here, but she is, after all, a human being. And as a human being, of course, she's going to be having some, conflicting feelings about this. Well, should I stick around and defend myself more? Should I get involved in this? Or should I just make a clean break? And if she came to me and asked me for my opinion, I'd say just make a clean break. Because at this point, any content that is made on this platform would be made under the umbrella of, that other person. And I don't think that's a very healthy place for her to be or anybody to be. So if I were her, I would make a clean break and, get out. Because there's other platforms that she's on where she's successful and she's doing what she loves to do, and it's a joyful place. So why create an environment here where, you have to constantly be answering questions, fielding negativity? There's just no purpose to it at all. So again, if she came to me and said, well, what's your opinion? I'd say, make a clean break, go back to what you're doing, have a joyful life, guard your heart. You're a precious person. I can see that. I'm a very cynical, jaded human being. But when I hear her speak, it just brings me joy, because I see a person who means what she's saying and is who she says she is. And I love who she is. And I want to see her happy. And I want to see her get out of this and have a great life. And again, guard your heart. Guard it. Okay, this video is over.